Have you ever cut into a Bundt cake and been surprised by a luscious, gooey caramel filling? If not, you're in for a treat. Today, I'm showing you how to create a caramel filling that's rich, creamy, and irresistible. This filling is the heart of the cake, turning a simple dessert into a masterpiece. And of course, I'll show you how to grease the pan, assemble the cake, and pull off the perfect flip. Let's get baking and reveal the magic. I start by cracking one egg into a small bowl. Eggs are the magic ingredient that helps the filling set beautifully during baking. Next, I add 1/2 cup of caramel sauce. This is the star of the show. It brings that rich, buttery sweetness we all love. I give it a light whisk before adding the next ingredient. It's like giving the caramel a warm-up stretch before the big mix. Then, I measure out 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is what gives the filling just the right consistency, so it's not too runny or too firm. Now, I whisk everything together until it's smooth and creamy. No lumps allowed here. If you spot any, keep whisking or grab a fine sieve to strain them out. This step is quick, but also important to ensure a velvety filling. Now that our caramel filling is ready, let's move on to greasing the Bundt pan. This step can make or break your cake, so let's do it right. I put on a pair of disposable gloves and grab 1 tablespoon of vegetable shortening. With my fingers, I generously grease every nook and cranny of the pan. Don't be shy here. If you need more shortening, add it. Better safe than scraping cake out later. Then, I dust the pan with 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. This adds a touch of flavor and ensures the cake releases smoothly. I gently shake the pan to coat it evenly, then flip it over and tap out the excess. This step is absolutely crucial because we're adding a filling with a lot of sugar, which can make the Bundt cake stick to the pan like it's holding on for dear life. Trust me, I've been there. Once I watched a video on Shorts about a new and improved greasing method and decided to give it a try. Spoiler alert, it was not improved. The cake stuck so badly, I ended up with what looked like a Bundt cake jigsaw puzzle. Lesson learned: stick to the tried and true method of shortening and cocoa powder. It's not flashy, but it works every time. If you're curious, I have another video where I share the full story of how things went poorly for that Bundt cake. Trust me, it's worth a watch and a good laugh. Tip from me: using cocoa powder instead of flour when greasing your Bundt pan prevents that white residue on darker cakes. It's a game changer for presentation. If you're making a lighter cake, swap the cocoa powder for a dusting of all-purpose flour. Just remember to coat evenly and tap out the excess for a flawless look. Trust me, these little tweaks make all the difference. Let me tell you about the Bundt cake. It's a dessert with a history as intricate as the pan it's baked in. It all started with a traditional European cake called gooey. Picture this: a yeasted cake filled with nuts, raisins, or fruit, baked in ornate pans and served at celebrations. It wasn't just dessert, it was a symbol of festivity and warmth. Fast forward to the 1950s, And we have H. David Dahlquist and his wife Dottie to thank for the Bundt pan as we know it. They took inspiration from those old European molds and created a lightweight aluminum pan under their company, Nordic Ware. But here's the kicker. They added a little T to the word Bundt, which means bundle in German, to trademark the name. Clever, right? Now the Bundt pan didn't really take off until 1966, when the Tunnel of Fudge cake made its debut in the Pillsbury Bake Off. It won second place, but first in the hearts of home bakers everywhere. That gooey, chocolatey center was a game changer, and suddenly everyone wanted a Bundt pan. Today, Bundt cakes are all about versatility and flair. From simple pound cakes to elaborate creations draped in glazes and garnished with edible flowers, they've become the ultimate showstopper. Whether you're baking for a cozy family dinner or a festive holiday bash, a Bundt cake is like the life of the party. Always reliable, always a crowd pleaser. All right, it's time to assemble. First, I pour half of the gingerbread batter into the greased Bundt pan and smooth it out with a spatula. This creates a nice base for our caramel filling. Next, I carefully pour the caramel filling right in the center. Think of it as tucking the caramel into a cozy blanket of batter. The caramel filling might touch the Bundt pan a little, and that's okay. With proper greasing, your pan has got you covered to ensure everything releases beautifully without any sticky drama. Think of it like a safety net for adventurous caramel. Greasing saves the day every time, so your cake isn't clinging to the pan like it's on a roller coaster ride. This is exactly why properly greasing your Bundt pan is so important. It's your secret weapon to ensure the cake comes out beautifully, even if the caramel gets a little adventurous. This is where proper Bundt pan greasing will save you and ensure a beautiful result. Then, I top it off with the remaining batter, spreading it out evenly. A spatula works great for this step to ensure everything is nice and level. Here's a tip from someone who has baked many Bundts. Always go for a metal Bundt pan over silicone. Metal pans conduct heat more evenly, giving you that perfect golden crust that makes mouths water. Silicone pans might look modern and sleek, but they can lead to uneven baking and a cake that struggles to hold its shape. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. For this recipe, we need a pan that gets the job done right, and metal is the way to go every time. I hope you're enjoying this gooey caramel filling recipe as much as I am. If you like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss more baking fun. Do you have a favorite Bundt cake recipe or a secret tip for caramel fillings? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep the Bundt cake magic alive. On my channel, I blend food photography and baking to inspire you to create unforgettable treats. Thanks for joining me. Let's make this Bundt cake a masterpiece. Now we're ready to bake. I preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and place the pan on the middle rack. Yes, in the middle of the rack. It's all about even heat distribution, folks. I bake the cake for 50 to 60 minutes. Around the 40-minute mark, I start checking with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, we're good to go. If not, I give it a few more minutes and test again. Pro tip: if you're baking at high altitude, the cake might need a little extra time. High altitudes can affect baking times and even how your cake rises as the air pressure is lower. Keep an eye on it, trust your instincts, and let the delicious smell wafting through your kitchen guide you to perfection. It's a little science and a lot of love. Once the cake is baked, I let it cool in the pan for 10 minutes. This step is crucial for the caramel to set and the cake to release easily. Patience is key here. Rushing this part can lead to a sticky disaster, and we're aiming for Bundt perfection. Next, I place a round cooling rack over the pan and flip it like a pancake. Holding the rack and pan tightly together, I give it a little shake for good luck. Fingers crossed, it slides out perfectly. And if it doesn't, well, that's what frosting is for, right? You can always cover up any imperfections and still wow your guests. Tip: a round cooling rack makes this process so much easier to manage. It provides stability and gives you confidence during the big flip. Trust me, you'll thank me later when your Bundt cake lands beautifully on the rack. And there you have it, a stunning Bundt cake with a gooey caramel filling that's sure to impress. Whether it's for a holiday party, a special occasion, or just because, this cake is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Now you have a beautiful Bundt cake in front of you. Let's make it even more stunning. Check out my playlist on Bundt cake glazes, where I've got a few delicious options for you to choose from. Whether you prefer a classic vanilla glaze, a rich chocolate drizzle, or something fruity, there's a glaze to suit your style. Have fun decorating, and I'll see you in my next video.